Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to be installing this Stinger off-road 10-inch Carplay head unit radio into my Toyota Tacoma. I've been looking to upgrade for a while. I listen to podcasts a lot on the way to work, and I've got a long commute, and the stock radio is just a little 6-inch screen that does not have CarPlay, and this will really help out using navigation and podcast and just general usability. So we're going to unbox it, we're going to install it, and I'll take you through the operation. Alright, looks like you've got two boxes. We've got the integration and installation kit. This is for 3rd Gen Tacoma. Mine is a 2017, the SR5. And then we've got the radio itself. It's the Heigh10. I've looked at quite a few reviews on this thing. They're all pretty much positive. It really gives you a stock look, like it was there from the factory, so I like that. So let's open these up and see what we've got. Like a bunch of wiring harnesses. It's nicely packaged in here. You've got the screen itself. You can feel the buttons there. And you've got the brain. It's actually fairly small, which is good. And you've got a packet of mounting hardware. That's it. And then in the installation kit, sheet to scan for instructions, the instruction manual itself, lots of different bags for wiring harnesses. I assume this is for different applications. One may be the smaller 6-inch screen, and then one may be for the upgraded larger Tacoma stock screen. We've got a radio replacement and steering wheel control interface module. And we've got a couple of different mounting brackets. Looks like one is for the smaller radio, one's for the larger radio. And then mounting brackets for the brain. And I'm not sure what that is yet, but I will take a look and see. Maybe for the steering wheel control unit. Several other cables and adapters here. And then we have, looks like the monitor bezel, the surround. Yep, this is what you install the screen into. Looks really nice. All right, so let's get into the installation. And you've got several zip ties as well. And some more mounting screws. Okay, so the tools you'll need for this installation are your 10mm socket and either a ratchet or a drill or impact wrench, Phillips head screwdriver, and a pry tool, which Stinger actually puts one in the box. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the 6-inch factory unit. The first thing we're going to do is remove the outside trim. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these 4 10mm bolts, securing the radio in. And we're going to keep these for installation later. And we're going to take the radio out slowly and just remove all of the connections on the back side. There we go. Stock radio is removed. So now we have 3 cables that we need to attach to the stock harness. The first one is the USB cable, and since I have the 2016 to 2018 Tacoma, it's the TY1 included in the kit. The later models use the TY3. Then we have the satellite radio adapter. And then we have the GPS adapter. These are color coded to the connector, so that makes it simple. So we have USB, satellite radio, which I'm not going to install a satellite Sirius XM radio tuner, but I'm putting the connector there anyway, just in case in the future, and the GPS adapter as well. Okay, now we're going to take the mounting panel for the screen, and we're going to put the screen inside. And then we're going to flip the whole thing over. I'm using a towel, and we're going to install the mounting screws. get our factory trim piece. Just lay it down on top. Since I have the 6-inch factory radio, I'm going to use the 6-inch mounting plate. And I'm going to make sure the arrow is pointing up. And it snaps in place like that. And then you use the 6 screws that were included in the installation kit, not the radio kit itself, but the installation kit. 6 M4x12s. And these actually thread into the plastic inserts on the other side. Okay, now you have the whole screen unit mounted. Okay, so now we're going to secure the mounting brackets to the radio module or the brain. And the first step is to remove these tabs from the left and right mounting brackets. So I'm going to remove those.
One.
I don't need to cut all the way through these, I just need to make the incisions, and then it should just bend and break like that. There we go. So it tells you to make sure that the radio unit is upside down. So this being the right side, this being the left side. Then you're going to take the right bracket and align it with the holes like that. And we'll use the M5 screws, 2 on each side.
Careful not to cross thread these.
Okay, there's one side. Get the other bracket.
Use the other 2 screws.
Always try to hand start the screws first so that you Don't cross thread them. And there we have it. And since I have the 2016 to 2018 Tacoma, I'm going to be using this 16H harness. So I've taken the steering wheel control interface, and there's dip switches on the back. And for my truck, number 3 is down and the rest are in the up position. And since my factory unit is not amplified, there is a non-amplified and an amplified connector. I'm going to use the non-amplified. So now I'm going to take the RCA, the yellow RCA, and this is the 24-pin connector harness from the Heigh10 radio kit. I'm going to look for the reverse camera in and connect those. Now I'm going to take the two labeled aux audio and find the aux in connectors and connect those. Now I'm going to take this RPA VA1 video adapter and connect it to the 6-pin connector on the installation harness. Go. Then I'm going to take the antenna adapter, SRBAA44, and connect the blue wire to the power antenna wire on the main installation harness. And I'm going to take the Heigh10 radio multi-camera harness here and look for the speed sensor wire. There it is. Connect that to the installation harness speed sensor wire. It's here. Then we're going to take our radio unit and we're going to take the installation harness, little 6-pin connector here, Plug that in here. Then we're going to take the main radio harness connector, plug that in here. Then we're going to take the Heigh10 24-pin connector and put that here. Next, we're going to attach our AM/FM antenna. Our LVDS cable looks like this. And the 8-pin connector from the Heigh10 kit. Then we're going to plug in our multi-camera harness. Now we're going to take two-sided tape and mount the steering wheel control module to the top of the radio. And be careful not to cover the vent holes. Okay, now we're back inside the vehicle. We've got our radio assembly here. We're going to attach the 4 main connectors to the connectors from the factory harness. And then we're going to connect the antenna and the GPS and the USB. Now the USB needs to go into the USB port closest to the edge of the chassis. So there's 2 in there. It's hard to see, but there's 2 USBs. For Carplay and Android Auto, it needs to go in that top one. So let me do that first. Okay. Then I'll do GPS. Then we'll go antenna. If I can find it. There it is. And then we'll connect the, I have 4 connectors because it's a 2017. If you have a 2019 or later, it should have 3. I don't like it when connectors don't give me satisfying snaps. That one did. Okay, now I'm going to take these 2 display cables that go to the front display and lay them in the front like this. I think I have everything connected. Now there's a lot of extra connections here for extra cameras and amplifiers, things like that. Actually, I want to kind of do a little cable management here. So I'm not connecting the Sirius XM cable because I don't have a tuner. Carefully tuck all of that back. Just leaving the display cables out. Okay. So once that's in place, you can use the original 10mm bolts.
I'm thread those in.
I'm using a low torque on my impact driver because these are plastic mounts. You don't want to over torque them and break them. You really only need hand tight, maybe a little more on the bolts. Now, we take our display assembly and we're going to plug 2 plugs in. There's one. And there's 2. And now the whole display gets mounted. Felt some satisfying snaps there. Okay. So that's how it looks. Fully installed. It looks great in my opinion. Looks factory. Like it was meant to be there. Now let's turn it on. All right, moment of truth. All right. Screen looks great. Still have the protective cover on there for now. It's booting up. And there we go. Let's see.
She's neat. Plus, so he says, seeing that through.
Okay, there's a station. Appears to be working. Click the home button. Now I don't have my phone configured for Carplay. Let me... Okay, the volume knob is very nice. It's got nice, accurate ticks when you turn the knob, which is nice. Let me grab a USB cable and I'll see if CarPlay's working here. Okay, so I've got my phone plugged in. We'll see if I can record a video and do CarPlay at the same time. I've never tried that. Looks good. Let's go. See how responsive this is. So it takes a little bit of loading, and it might be because I'm recording video at the same time, but it's got a little bit of a lag. I'm gonna try it without recording video. There's a lot on the processor, but let me try that. Yeah, so as soon as I turned off the video recording, the response got much faster, like you would expect a response to be with Apple products. So it's very nice. Let me go back here. This display just looks great. I mean, it also seems very responsive. It's a great unit. I think that does it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps someone, especially Tacoma guys who are looking for a really nice unit. We'll see you in the next video.